Hi, happy birthday, Aries. This is going to be your birthday reading for Aries season. So, how I do the read is we talk about the energy read, and then we do the astrology and see what the stars in the sky and the planets have to say for the sign of Aries. Then we do the tarot card reading. Then we look in the Bible, see what your Bible verse is. And since this is your birthday reading, I like to go a little bit in depth and I like to give the history of the sign of Aries and I like to explain the tarot cards a little bit more and just kind of show how all of it really is connected. And since this is a birthday read, it might be a little long, so fair warning. And we'll go ahead and get started. So, happy birthday, Aries. Oh, and really quick, I just want to say I'm asking everyone to please pray for Boulder, Colorado. Um, there was a shooting there and it was a big tragedy, lots of innocent lives lost, and please send them prayers. This is close to my heart because I grew up in Boulder, Colorado, and I got married in Boulder, Colorado, and actually they have Pearl Street Mall, outdoor mall. There's plenty of live entertainment and performers, street performers on the weekend. And a million years ago when I was a teenager, I used to do tarot card readings there, and good times. I actually got my first tarot card deck in Boulder for, let's see, when I was 14. It was a birthday gift. So good times and good people and such a tragedy and such a beautiful place. Please pray for Boulder. And you know, speaking of going way back and talking about myself, I guess I am an Aries energy. And happy birthday! Let's get your reading started. So, Aries, the sign of Aries is, of course, Aries, the god of war. And so, as I said, I like to kind of explain, the actual signs and the story, and every sign has a story to how they became that constellation in the sky. And Aries is actually the god of wars, and Aries was the son of Zeus and the goddess Hera, and she was the goddess of marriage and commitment, and Zeus is the god of the gods. And we're talking about Greek mythology, so it's all kind of connected though, which is why I like to go over the story. So, Zeus basically had a daughter on his own, and that was Athena, and she was the goddess of war. And Hera decides that she wants a son, and she wants the son to be strong and powerful and challenge Zeus and eventually overthrow him. So, actually, Aries is born. But Hera, his mother, she had that anger and that aggression in her intentions. But she still was like, the goddess of marriage and commitment and loyalty. So Aries' whole purpose, like his whole life purpose, was to be that of vengeance and war and evening out the scales and stuff. And so, you know, Zeus has Athena, his daughter, and she's the goddess of war. And then Aries comes along, and that's his son, and he's the god of war. And Zeus actually really favors Athena. And through her stories, you will see that Zeus does help her sometimes win battles and stuff. And, Athena's not used to losing, and she can be vengeful. And, later, Athena actually is, turns on Zeus. So that's how that goes. But I bring up Athena because she really is more strategic in war, to where, Aries is more hand to hand combat, more, aggression and anger. But he sees that, like, Zeus favors Athena. And no matter how many wars Aries wins, it's just like he's never really given the credit that he deserves, and Zeus is never really happy with him, and he still always favors Athena. And Aries calls Zeus out on this favoritism. And, Zeus is the god of gods. He's not used to anyone confronting him. But, Aries isn't afraid, and Aries doesn't back down. And, Zeus just basically tells Aries, like, listen, you're my son, and like I need you and the world needs you. You're a great warrior, but like if it wasn't for those reasons and if you weren't my son, I would destroy you. And he's real honest with Aries, like, and Aries is like, well then fuck you too. And so there's this rebellious spirit with Aries, and it's like Aries has a problem with authority. Like in the story, it happens to be his father Zeus, but and his sister, that he has this rivalry with. But most Aries will have a problem with authority. So, in the Greek mythology stories, Athena and Aries, they do fight. And Athena does usually outsmart Aries, and she actually wins. And, Zeus and the gods do favor Athena over Aries. So it's like Aries always has this rival, and in his story, he has this rivalry with his sister. And so Aries always faces a rival. And Aries goes out on his own, and he continues to fight and destroy and build. And, war naturally divides people. And what we see in the story of Aries and Athena is that, Aries is not very liked. He isn't mentioned. He's not one of the more likable gods. The gods are really split on him. And you'll find that the Greeks really love Athena, and they really worship the goddess of war. But it's the Romans and later the Spartans that actually really love Aries, and they worship Aries. And if you've seen the movie 300, I mean, you go into Sparta and there's this huge statue of Aries, the god of war. That's who they actually liked better. So it kind of divided people, again, and that's what war does, and the god of war comes with that. And so Aries is always like facing that division, like, they will cause that division. Now, later in the story of Aries through Greek mythology, he falls in love, and that's what actually kind of calms the Aries is the god of war gets calmed by true love, and he falls in love with Aphrodite, who is, the goddess of love, Aphrodite, and she's the most beautiful one and all that. And at the time, Aphrodite was like in this arranged marriage. So, long story short, Aries and Aphrodite are having an affair. They get together, and she leaves her husband that she was in an arranged marriage for. And again, this causes division. Some people want to stone them, some people totally understand that, love is love, whatever. And long story short, when Aries and Aphrodite have a baby girl, the ex-husband of Aphrodite is like, here, I want to make a peace offering, and he brings this necklace. And actually the necklace was really cursed, and it is cursed to cause chaos and destruction to anyone who possesses it. So it's like Aries in the stories, they're trying to get rid of this necklace anyway. Aries is like literally cursed sometimes. And through the stories, there are times when, Aries like suffers great wounds in war, and he loses his children, and he loses the love of his life, and he's held prisoner in some stories, and he's not favored by the gods, like I said. And there's challenge throughout Aries' life, but Aries never stops fighting and eventually wins. And eventually becoming immortal in the heavens is the first sign of the zodiac. But sometimes Aries had to lose, and he had to take time to heal his wounds and move on and rebuild. And I really bring up the origin of Aries to make the point that people that are born under the sign of Aries have this how do you say it, like astrological genealogy. It's like your karma. And you were literally made for this. And as an Aries, you are here, like Aries, the god of war, to challenge authority and to question and to fight for truth and to be committed and loyal to those that you love and to fight for those that can't fight for themselves. Um, Aries is real loyal like that, and most Aries are always trying to fight for the good of people. Yeah, sometimes you got to burn some villages and slit some throats, but hey, such is war, right? And if it's for the greater good, it's what we do. And Aries is the one that steps out there and does that. And you will have critics more than you have supporters, and there will always be this rivalry. You'll face division. Maybe sometimes you'll feel cursed, but you win the battles. And the love that you have for your significant other and for your children and for your family, it's complete loyalty. Aries gets a bad rap. They say, we're too aggressive, and, they say Aries is too angry, too outspoken. Well, guess what, Aries? You're supposed to be. And don't apologize for who you are. Aries is not for everyone, and that's okay. You're Aries, you're god of war, you're the symbol of the ram, right? And the ram is really strong, and the ram is, there to face those challenges and to go head on first, and that's what you do. And so now, as the story of Aries, teaches us that our astrological journey, this life, is really to show us that, Aries is necessary energy, whether people like it or not. And as is all signs, and all signs have their good side and all signs have their bad side, but no sign should apologize for who they are. This is what you're here to learn. This is your journey. And as an Aries, your soul's journey is to learn how to be strong and independent and fight and question authority and do what you do, blaze those trails, and you're probably the first in your family, to do something. Aries like to be the ones that break those barriers. So you're probably like the first to graduate college or start a business. Maybe you're the first one in your family to have kids, or maybe you didn't have kids. Whatever it is, Aries likes to break tradition, and Aries loves a good fight, especially with a good purpose and a good meaning. And, if you're ready to defend what you love and what you believe in, and, I always say, like, an Aries likes to fight, so watch it. They'll warn you, but once they start fighting with you, they'll fight you to the death, so be careful. Especially if it's for something they love or their family or something that they believe in. Now, the downside of this is that, people can take advantage, and you'll hear people say all the time, oh, Aries, they're the youngest sign in the zodiac. Yeah, they're the baby of the zodiac. Okay, well, we're definitely starting over. You're starting again. You're starting the whole cycle. You're the first sign, and your soul's here to start all over again. And there is this sense of youthfulness to an Aries that they carry throughout their life, and there's this sense of naiveness too sometimes that an Aries can carry. And people will try to take advantage of an Aries, and they will try to get you to fight their fights and, do things for them, and they lie and they manipulate. Not everyone's good. Now, when an Aries finds this out, they will cut you out. But, sometimes you can get tricked here and there, and people will use your kindness and your naiveness, and that's not a good thing. But it reminded me of what my daddy used to always say to me. And my daddy used to always say, no, no brain, no pain. Now, that was like, we're country folks, so let me just put that out there. But that was also his way of telling me, Christina, like sometimes, you're too damn hard headed for your own good. Sometimes you need to think before you react, because not every battle is worth your fight. You don't need to fight every battle. Sometimes you got to choose your battles, because not everyone is truthful, and they're definitely not as truthful as an Aries, and people will use your strength and your willingness to fight, and sometimes for the wrong reasons. So, think sometimes before you react. And as an Aries gets older, they kind of get better at that. But that always stuck with me throughout my life, because I will do that as an Aries myself. I understand how we can be like, what? Who did what? And we'll be the first ones out the door questioning that authority, like, and sometimes we just got to think it through a little bit more. Um, Also, the other thing my dad used to say was like, slow down and enjoy your accomplishment. And so I get that, because, an Aries, and I see that with my other friends too that are Aries, they're just so go, 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 go. And they're just so accomplishing and accomplishing. And, Aries are so driven by success. And once you succeed and once you save and once you make things better, you're just ready to go off and do the next thing and fight the next war. And, sometimes you got to slow down, Aries, and you got to take time to really celebrate those wins before you rush off to save the world again. Really understand that, not everybody um, really makes those accomplishments, and then as fast as you do. It's a natural talent for you, but not for everyone else. So sometimes, enjoy that and slow down and enjoy your accomplishments, and realize, I should enjoy this a little bit more before I move on to the next thing. Now, as an Aries child, they have always, an Aries child is born into lots of responsibility for whatever reason. I don't know if you're the oldest of 10 kids, or if you were an only child and you were a latchkey kid and you had to get yourself to school and get yourself home, whatever it is. An Aries child is always, born into a lot of responsibility. At a young age, you start questioning things like life and death and authority and reality. And an Aries child likes to absorb, and then through adolescence, they're usually on their way. They're usually off to go and continue, to have that rebellious spirit throughout their adulthood, and even keep that youthful presence. But they usually leave on their own kind of earlier than normal. And Aries, in their older years, in their senior life, they start to calm down a little bit more. I think it has more to do with also accepting of yourself. Like I was saying, don't apologize for who you are. Be who you are. That's who you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do. And I think that an Aries kind of grows into those big horns and that hard head, a little bit later in life, and they slow down a little bit more. Um, but if they love to be in love, and like I said, even in the story of Aries, only love really settled him down. But if they partner, it's usually long term and later in life. But even an older Aries who stays single will stay very active and very popular, and it's a blessing to be an Aries, and it's a curse sometimes, just like the god of war, Aries himself. And Aries, you're here to win. You're here to be number one. Be that go getter. Fight the good fight, question authority. You'll overcome, and you'll get through the storm. And it's a crazy ride for an Aries life. And, your temper will get the best of you. And as you get older, you'll understand more. And, you'll understand that not everyone can move on as quickly as you can either. You'll get really angry, and then you'll get over it, and you're just like, whatever. And other people are like, God, you really, those words you said really hurt me. And you're like, that was like 4 hours ago, and Aries moves on really fast. Not everyone does that. You learn that. You learn how to, deal with people a little bit better. And, your loyalty surrounds you with loyal people, even if they're far and few in between, even if you just have a close knit, the people that are in your life tend to be as loyal as you are. And so, it's going to be a wild ride, Aries. It's literally written in your stars to be that way. But it is in your soul to experience life this way. So embrace it and enjoy it. And never apologize. I'll say it over and over. Don't apologize for being you. You're an Aries. Lucky you, right? So, I wanted to say about the tarot cards that, it's all kind of connected. Like I said before, it's like, the astrology and the tarot and the Bible, it's all connected. It's all actually really amazing how connected it is. So in the tarot cards, you have these cards, and each card represents a different element, different signs, different things. You have major arcana, and then you have the wands, right, which is one of the suits. So when you're talking about Aries in the tarot, the magician card in the major arcana is the Aries card. You can't really see it that well. There you go. That's the Aries card, the magician. This is the ability to manifest anything. This is Aries energy. I love this deck for the illustrations, as I've said before, even though it's older. But in other decks, you will see the magician has Aries symbols on his wand and on his table and things like that. Aries have the capability of manifestation on a different level, and they have the capability of using all the tools of the universe to provide themselves with what they need. Also, first card in the major arcana. So there you go, Aries, magician card. Next Aries card would be the Emperor. Emperor, this guy is King of Kings, all four kings wrapped in the one. He is the Emperor. Aries, again, other cards will show his throne that has Aries symbols and things like that on the card. Emperor wants nothing but the truth, King of Truth, King of all kings and Emperor of Truth. That's the Emperor Aries card. Now, the Tower card isn't necessarily Aries, but it does represent Aries energy because it's ruled by Mars, right? And Mars is Aries' ruling planet. So, again, you have that Tower card, which is all about rebuilding and destruction and, tearing down things that are of false foundation or that weren't strong enough or that were built on lies, And so, Aries will experience a lot of Tower moments, and the Towers definitely connected to Aries, so I pulled that one in. Now, as I said, the Aries, suit is the wands, and the wands is all about the fire element. Now, the wands also represent Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I was like, what was the other one? Aries. And so when you're talking about fire energy, or, you're doing a tarot card reading and, a King of Wands comes out, that tells me it could be an Aries or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius man. And same with the wands with the queen, could be a female. And all of the wands, 1 through 10, basically all fire energy. So that's what the wands are about, and that's why I had that set out that way to kind of show you guys, the tarot, which is connected to the astrology, which is connected to the Greek mythology, which is connected to the Bible. It's all connected, guys. But that is Aries energy, wands, magician, tower, emperor, Aries energy in the tarot. Now, the astrology has been kind of hard for Aries the last decade. I'm not even going to lie. We're talking 10 years of Aries, issues. Poor Aries. But it is all coming to an end. And as I had said in the Aries March reading, well, geez, we're just throwing this around. Anyway, as I had said in the March reading, you really got to work on your sacral chakra. Energy is very orange, which tells me you really got to work on your sacral chakra. To do this, you got to boost your self-esteem. You got to boost your energy. You got to go out there and do whatever it is that makes you feel better, that makes you happier. change your appearance, take a spa day, do whatever you need to do. And as I said, we started the energy of the Aries season right now. I think it was the 21st. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 21st of March, the sun went into Aries. So it just started. That's why we're doing the reading, right? Aries season. And went into your first house. Venus comes into your first house on the 22nd. This is all about self expression, how others perceive you, how you perceive themselves, how you want them to, motivation, to reinvent yourself comes in, your behavior. Again, maybe you change your appearance. We're going into Aries season, so you're gonna start really feeling yourself and feeling that Aries energy, and it's gonna possibly improve your social life and bring in new love and popularity and attracting, and harmony and balance. And then on the 28th, coming up on March 28th, we have that full moon, which happens in your opposite side of Libra in the seventh house, which is all about that love and partnerships. And so also it's about balance and being capable of being alone too, and being comfortable being alone. So this creates the opposition, and it will affect your business partnerships and your romantic relationships and stuff like that. And it's really about finding that balance with what you want and what you need. And maybe that's from partnership, whether that's romantic or it's a business partnership. Um, and you may connect with someone long term, or at least you might start realizing and learning what you want long term. If you're married, the same applies. It's just a deeper and stronger commitment. You guys might be like falling in love all over again, kind of thing. And the strength and the weakness and the solutions are there, and you might be really exploring that. And also, if you're not in the right relationship, this could be the time of breakups and, moving on and letting go. And that's right around the full moon on the 28th. Then we go into April. And so the astrology for April, which is, let's see, April 3rd, Mercury joins the sun and Venus in the first house. And so the first house is all about you, and it's like the sign of self, right? All about yourself, the first house, and being in your energy. And it's Aries season, so it's definitely your time. All the planets are direct right now. This is so good. This is go, 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 forward movement. This is what Aries likes. It's a new year, it's a new you. Don't stop, don't question, just move. It's your time. Go with it. It's going to work out. What I do feel is that towards the end of March, going into April, it's like, don't get stuck in that crazy Pisces energy. I know they've had us in our emotions. I know they've had us slow growth and planning, but now's the time to take action. So it's going to be like, just get it started, just get moving, and it'll get going, because this is definitely your time. So take advantage. You don't have a lot holding you back for Aries season. It's nice to see all the planets going forward and really bringing in positive energy. On the 11th, there's the new moon in the sign of Aries, and that goes into the first house. So again, all new beginnings about you. If your birthday is on the 11th, which is when the new moon is, April 11th, enjoy and really set your intentions. And if you're starting something new, really put that out there around the new moon, but especially if your birthday's on the new moon. So April 11th birthdays, set your intentions out there, really celebrate, really enjoy, because it doesn't happen often. Um, April 15th, Venus goes into the second house, and this is all about value and self esteem, and this is all about your skills and your money and your career, the second house. And Venus, that's the planet of love and comfort. She likes not, nice things. Also, she's the ruler of the second house. So this could be new money, this could be surprises in money and career, and that's around the 15th, mid April. Now, April 20th, the sun joins Venus in the second house. Mercury, also the planet of communication, joins the sun and Venus in the second house. So all three in the second house makes it about communication, about what you want for yourself, for your finances, for your businesses, for your careers, for your relationships. Could mean a new job, maybe a bonus, a gift, an investment, maybe a lottery winning or something. Um, creativity creativity comes through. You might be creating a business from your talents or your hobbies or your skills, and that happens around mid-month, April 20th. April 23rd, Mars, the Aries planet, that Mars energy, goes into the fourth house, and the fourth house is all about home and family. This is Cancer energy. And with Mars, that planet of, destruction and that tower energy, like I showed you in the tarot, um, this could be actually a time of maybe remodeling your home, maybe moving homes, maybe upgrading to something, buying a new car, getting a new home, rebuilding, restructuring, you know, uh, possession energy, anything about your possessions that you own and stuff, you might be doing that. Maybe learning something new, upgrading, going to the next level of your cooking class or whatever, Um, let's see, April 27th, that's when the full moon moves into Aries' eighth house, which is all about transformation. So, that eighth house transformation, like I said, that's that. Um, Death, sex, and taxes, right? Like, or death and transformation and rebirth. It's that Scorpio energy. It's ruled by Pluto. So, the end of Aries season actually ends with Aries needing to complete any money situations and taxes and debt, or mortgage adjustment, or I don't know, divorce issues, whatever the hell you're dealing with that you don't want to deal with it around the full moon, whatever it is, get it out of the way. And that's going to be your astrology for April, and like I said, the end of March. So it looks really good. Everything going forward. We're at a new season. We're starting the whole cycle of the astrology wheel over again, and we start with Aries, first sign, first house. And we're going to throw some cards on it really quick to see what else we have in store for Aries season. It looks really good though. It's amazing how quick it just is going to move overnight. Like, it's not, it's different for every Aries, depending on your moon sign, your birth sign, just your whole birth chart. But it's almost overnight. Eventually, when you do start to feel the energy change, it's almost overnight that you're just like, okay, I can move now. I can do things now. Things are coming together. I have more energy, opportunities showing up. Those business connections are coming through. Those phone calls, those emails, my motivation to do things, to research, to get it done, really starts almost overnight. I immediately felt it, but every Aries is, like I said, is going to be a little different. But the fact that everything's going forward really says, don't hold back. Embrace it. You got a whole nother year before it's your time again. So take this energy of the sun being in your sign, Aries. Happy birthday. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, wow. Right away, we have that fire energy just wanting to fall out, and that is the Four of Wands. Wish fulfillment, guys. This is about your home. This is about your harvest. This is about that 1111, right? That wish fulfillment, that good stuff right here with the four. So we're going to keep that up there as the overall energy of our read, which is amazing and good. Now we're going to cut it and see what else is in store for Aries season. Basic, past, present, future. Looks good, Aries. Here we have Queen of Wands. So, Queen of Wands, that is Aries energy. That could be a female Aries. You're either a female Aries or you're dealing with the female Aries in the past, or you're just coming up in that feminine energy, which is fine because we were just in Pisces season, which had everybody all in their feels. So, in the past, coming up Queen of Wands. Now, don't get it mistaken. Queen of Wands is a bad bitch. She is a sorcerer and she makes things happen and she's awesome. So, Queen of Wands energy in the past. Right now, you come up with these Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of slow growth and planning here. There's a lot of planning for the future. Trying to get things together, just taking time, planting those seeds, making the plans, just watching it kind of slow grow and, get where it needs to go. It's taking some time though with the Seven of Pentacles, so it might not be moving as fast as we want yet. But in the future, you have here the sun, which is more fire energy with fellow fire sign Leo there with the sun, which is so nice. But it is the luckiest, card in the pack here. The sun, all about transformation, new beginning, sun shining down on this guy on a horse, running around naked, just super, super happy. It's a good sign that you have the sun coming up in your future. You want the sun. I always say that. Listen, you want the sun. The sun, all about that success, that glory, that happiness, that joy, that achievement, happy reunions, joyful love affairs, maybe a baby. And if you don't want a baby, be careful because that's my baby card right there. Also, for this sun, I always like to say, love will always win and truth will always shine. And that is so Aries energy. So amazing. Now, right now in the present, again, with that Seven of Pentacles, this is really slow growth and planning. So even though you're working really hard, you might feel like you're not going anywhere fast enough, but that's not the case, Aries. Really be persistent. You got to get to 10. You're at 7. You only got 3 more to go. Bottom of the deck, look at that. We have that tower energy. What is that? That Mars energy I was talking about. Like I said, we always have those towers creeping around. And if you do tarot card readings often as an Aries, you might be saying, fuck, a tower again? Yeah, because it's ruled by Mars. But in this situation, it really looks like a great tower. And sometimes towers can be that way. Sometimes towers could be, boom, you win the lottery. Boom, you got a new car. Boom, there's an inheritance from a rich uncle you didn't know about. And with these kind of cards here, this is a good tower. So let's keep going and let's verify quickly because I know this reading's getting a little long, but it's your birthday reading. So we got to talk about Aries. And let's see here in the past with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, and it looks like there was some heartbreak there with the Three of Swords. So Aries coming up in that feminine Aries energy, maybe dealing with some heartache there in the past. And actually being real bored with that heartache and with those missed opportunities. Not really excited about it either. And excuse me, that is a lot like that Pisces energy that likes to keep you in your feels. So that's in the past and we're moving on. Look what came back, that tower again. So now we have the Seven of Pentacles. And like I said, this is all about slow growth and planning. It might not be moving as fast as you want, but be persistent, Aries. You will get there. You're at 7. You need 10. Ooh, look at that. Aries, you have either a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius that's helping you out or that's talking with you, maybe a lawyer or someone of authority. Could be you being very logical, also coming out in that King of Swords energy. This is air energy, and air energy is very compatible with Aries. Also, if you're dealing with a lawsuit or something like that, this is a good sign that it's taken a while, but it looks like it's going to get there. On the bottom, I have the Queen of Swords. So this could even be about an actual soulmate match, or just your energy coming up real logical, feminine, male, female, either way. That's not a bad thing with the slow growth and planning. It's nice to have that Gemini energy, Libra, Aquarius energy, or maybe you're just dealing with one of those signs. There's some sadness here. And I'm going to say, because it's probably not going as fast as you want it to, right? If it's a lawsuit and you're waiting for that money, you're like, hurry up. And they're like, we have to be waiting and strategic, blah, blah, blah. If you're dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra in a romantic sense, it might not be moving as fast, or, something's taking a little bit of time and causing some emotion and some mental anxiety. That's some more air energy. So you're kind of in your head. Things aren't moving fast enough in your head, Aries. But that's okay, because in the future you have the sun. So let's move on to the future. As I said, it might not be moving fast enough right now, but when it hits, you're going to feel it. It's going to be like overnight. Just be persistent, Aries, because your future is the sun. And Death card, which is major transformation or change. Really love that there with the sun. Actually could actually mean death, but I doubt it with the sun there. Ooh, and I got stuff falling out here. Hold on. Listen to this. We have the star card fell out. So this is all about wishes. Oh, Aries, this is so nice. You have the sun card. You have a major transformation. You have those wish fulfillments. It looks really good, Aries. Have no fear. You might be a little sad. It might not be moving as fast. You're coming out of heartache and boredom and bullshit. It's got you in some mental anxiety, but you're coming up in Aries season. The sun is shining. You got the sun in Aries right now. It's going to bring that major transformation, that change that brings you your wishes, your healing. We have Chiron in Aries right now too, which is all about that healing. This is great, Aries. One more for Aries outcome. Secrets revealed here with the High Priestess. Victory on the bottom. Oh, Aries, it looks so good. New beginnings with the Fool. Again, more Libra energy. People like to say that the Fool is Aries, but it's not. Zero. Sorry, Magician is Aries. Anyway, Fool is all about new beginnings, taking that leap of faith, really just, knowing that it's all good and it's going to happen. You have the Six of Wands here, which is all about victory, more fire energy. Don't forget that at the beginning of the reading, you had the Four of Wands, which is all about wish fulfillment, falling out here. The Star, the High Priestess. This combination right here is about intuition. Also, this is psychic energy. This is someone who, knows the future pretty accurately, and who might not have a lot of friends and stuff, but that energy together is amazing. Aries, trust your intuition. Going back to your energy read, we talked about your sacral chakra. That was like, trust your gut. It's located in your tummy. Really do nice things for yourself. Build your self-esteem here, Aries. Take your time. Enjoy Aries season. You're going to move fast. It's in your nature. But enjoy this Aries season. When the High Priestess appears, she's all about secrets being revealed. This can show strong feminine influence. This is about the mystic powers of life. This is about psychic ability, memory, intuition. Rely on your instincts. This is all about Persephone, and her story. She went down to hell. She ate the pomegranate. She got stuck there, yada yada. But the thing is, she knows she's been tricked. Yeah, psychic energy, just ridiculous psychic energy here. Major transformations coming through. Nothing but happiness, victory, wish fulfillment, new beginning. Aries, enjoy your time. I am so excited for the sign of Aries. Now, as always, I like to finish it off by getting my Bible verse. And I thought it was so interesting and so fitting, because the verse that came out was in Romans. And as I said, the Romans loved Aries, the Greeks not so much. The Romans did. So, how coincidental that our message would come from Romans, the book of Romans 12:9-20. And here it is. And what it says is, therefore, if your enemy hungers, feed him. If he thirsts, give him a drink. For in so doing, you will heap coals of fire on his head. Now, what does that mean? Well, pretty much, Aries, just what I always say. Aries pretty much is always ready to fight for the greater good. You're going to have some rivals. You're going to have some enemies. You know, like, don't worry. It's going to work out for you. Kill them with kindness, right? Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about the enemies. Don't worry about those who say you're this, you're that. Don't apologize for who you are. And even our Bible verse here is saying exactly that, Aries. You know, it really is all about your new beginnings, and they look so great. You definitely have the intuition. You definitely are made for this, Aries. So enjoy. You know, also when it comes to the Bible verse, it's just that, don't become evil. Defeat evil with good. That's what that means so much. And I just thought it was so fitting that it was from Romans, and then they're talking about fire, and it's in like a belief that the Egyptians had for punishment of those, and so that's what they're talking about with the coals. But it's just that, Aries does the right thing. They fight for the little guy. They always do. They're amazing. Keep being amazing. You have good things coming to you. It might not be moving as fast as you want right now. Might be a little bit emotional in your headspace. You're coming out of that. It's going to be great for you this Aries season. Enjoy, Aries. Enjoy being an Aries. Enjoy the Aries season. Good things, wish fulfillment, happiness, major change, victories are coming your way. It looks really good, Aries. Happy birthday, baby. I hope it's the best one yet. Thanks for watching. Bye.